Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, I'm going to be doing a reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, also for your cross watches, also for the people who find themselves on this video not knowing why you're on a Pisces video because you have no Pisces, you're not dealing with a Pisces, but you're still here and you're resonating. That means this message is for you. That's what that means. No one gets to claim a message that doesn't belong to them, regardless of the title. So let's go ahead and start. I'm going to start pulling cards. By the way, if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. You can do so right now while I'm getting the cards ready. It's been a crazy, crazy day. It's been a crazy day. Not necessarily crazy outside of myself. I think more crazy inside of myself. Being a Piscean, it's very difficult for us to go ahead and deal with some of these really intense feelings. And sometimes you don't even need a trigger to get those feelings started. It just sometimes it hurts. Sometimes it just hurts just being. Just being. Okay, that's how deep some people can get. Now, if you don't understand the depth of that, um, really, that's not mine or any other Piscean or any other person who's resonating with this. That's not our problem. That's not something we are here to fix or heal or save you from. This journey is your journey. You have to take accountability for the things that you push down and stuff down and stuff down. So I think that's what's happening right now. I think not just Pisceans, but people in general are kind of being held accountable by their higher selves, either being brought to circumstance or people that are going to trigger some involution, this deep diving into yourself. Um, ooh, okay. Have you guys been super emotional? I mean, I don't understand this. I don't understand this. All of my emotions have been all over the place all day today. Um, I stay home. I stay home. I don't go hang out. I don't have no like girls' time, anything like that. I stay home and my family is super effing chill, super supportive, super chill. Like my house is a house you go to when you want to get away from the world. But oh my God, there's this chaos lately. I don't believe it's mine either. It's like this really intense, chaotic feeling. Like the feeling of I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I don't know who I am. I know exactly what I'm doing. I know exactly who I am, but I can't help but feel this. So I'm wondering if it's like me pulling in the energy of the collective. And as those who are heavy in that Piscean energy, whether it's in your chart or not, whether it's just, part of who you are, you have to make sure that you take time to really assess, is this feeling even yours? Is it? Is it collective energy? Is it yours? Is it someone you know? Are you just being like extra intuitive? And that's another thing. Hold on. This deck. Okay. So, and this deck. Jeez, that's a lot of decks. And this deck. Well, you're going to have to pick one deck. You're going to have to put one back. All right, I guess we're not putting one back. But that's another thing. If you are very sensitive and you have the ability to really pull in other people's feelings and emotions, especially if it's a very sensitive type of ability. No one gets to shame you for being exhausted carrying that ability with you. Um, Someone really triggered me earlier with their comment. I half sarcastically had posted on my Facebook account um, that part of me is very supportive of using that infrared thermometer because go ahead and keep shooting my third eye to lessen the third eye function. I'm tired of seeing the shit the world is going through. And the whole comment was like, "Are you serious? Wow, really? You're one of the most gifted of a chosen few, and yeah, I'm fucking serious. This is not like it's not clout. It's not. I mean, have you ever met someone who is so overburdened with a sensitivity of feeling? Because if you haven't, if you don't experience that, you don't get to shame someone for being exhausted just because the cow wears a yoke and can pull the plow through the field or the horse, whatever fucking animal they use. It doesn't mean that being doesn't experience periods of exhaustion. And I think that's kind of what's going on right now with the world, especially with those who are empathic, especially Pisceans who are very sensitive to everything. So, card number 22, Guardian at the Temple Gate, use your strengths to help someone who is struggling. And what if some of your strengths is actually rooted in your vulnerability? What if that? What if that's it? What if it's about being flexibly strong? And in that flexibility, you're allowing yourself to experience moments of vulnerability, moments where you can just be honest and be human and be like, yeah, it's a cool little parlor trick, but I'm kind of tired of being in the parlor. I'm kind of tired. I'm exhausted. It doesn't make me ungrateful. It doesn't make me delusional. What it does is makes me a real person where I'm certain of myself to the point where I can share moments where I don't feel at my best, where I don't feel like, hey, look at me. I got this. I'm strong and I'm this and I'm that. Maybe what we all need is that moment of just allowing people to see, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm just tired. I don't know why I'm tired. I don't know how much more longer I can keep doing this, but I'm just tired. And that's okay. It's okay for you to share those moments, not just with the people in your inner circle, but with whoever witnesses it. I'm not talking about a meltdown. I'm not talking about public meltdowns. I'm talking about speaking your truth and having no shame in the words that rise up from that core of your truth. So, card number 20, beauty. Beauty is not defined by the aesthetic. Beauty oftentimes is a compilation, a combination of all these different factors that create a beautiful big picture. Now, what makes me beautiful? Oh, is it my hair? Is it my eyes? Is it my lips? Is it my heart? Is it my soul? What if what makes me most beautiful is a combination of all of those and having no shame and allowing certain aspects to come forward a little bit more than others at certain times, and at other times, allowing other aspects to come forward? Because in doing that and allowing more of your beauty to be seen organically, not only are you being your authentic self, you are inspiring other people to give themselves permission to be their authentic selves. You are admitting to yourself on some level that you no longer need other people's validation or acceptance or accolades. I don't need you to tell me that I'm a badass for me to know I'm a badass. I just don't. I don't need you to tell me that I look cute today for me to feel I feel cute right now. I actually don't. My tooth is fucking hurting. But that's besides the point. Well, why would you go live if your tooth's hurting? Because it's none of your business. And if I want to share that my tooth is hurting, then I will. And if I don't, then I won't. But it's not something I'm going to hide. It's not something I'm going to dance around. If my soul asks me to show up, regardless of how I'm feeling, I'm fucking there. And it's okay for me to be tired when I arrive. It's okay for me to not be jolly, to not like put on a show. Okay, you guys don't have to put on a show anymore. The time for that is done. It's done. It's just done. They can't force you to participate in old cycles of self-abuse and self-loathing. That's something you have to continue to choose to do. Love yourself. Michael says to tell you guys how much I'm loving myself right now. I'm loving myself enough to not wear my bra. Okay. Y'all don't need to see below that. But that's the thing, like, even as women or men who like to dress like women, why do we wear things that are so constrictive and painful and uncomfortable to wear? Things that leave lines of demarcation. Why? To impress people? So people will fancy your aesthetic? I'm sorry, if you don't fancy the fact that my nipples touch my lap, you can fancy something else. Right, you will. You get to say that. No one else does. So here's the thing, card number 34, compassion for others. Sometimes the most compassionate thing you can do is just be truthful. Stop taking responsibility for how other people will receive the truth you are sharing. Because if you're being honest and you're saying it in a very gentle, very loving way, and they still get pissed off of that, how are you going to control that? You can't. And this expectation you have of yourself to control a circumstance that you do not have the authority to control, that is a recipe for not just failure, for not just distress, for not just disappointment, but that is a recipe to allow your ego to be used as an entry point for parasitic circumstance. So card number 37, focus on the light. Usually this card has a very, very positive meaning, like don't allow yourself to get fixated on the negativity of life. Uh, I never pulled these cards. Don't allow yourself to get fixated on the negativities of life. Really focus on positivity. I don't know, y'all. All of a sudden, right now, focus on the light. This is reminding me that there are so many people who are buying into, deeply investing in this draconian teaching of love and light, high vibes only, positive vibes only. That's fine. If you want to cripple yourself and not truly experience life the way it is meant, designed to be experienced, by all means, but you're not going to hear me encouraging that here. So this card is telling me too often people forget everything around them, all the other aspects of their growth, because they're so busy focusing on the light, focusing on showcasing their light. Guess what? There's called artificial light. It's not actually bright and sunny in my room right now. It's fake light. Let me show you. This is like a spiritual guru, which I'm not. Fuck that shit. I'm a stay at home mom. So, ooh, it's changing. It's now more white, more pure. Oh, look how bright. That makes me more spiritual because it's so bright. Should I leave it like this? It leaves hot spots. I'm not going to. Turn it back down. Turn it back down. And kind of like a different temperature, simply because it helps to accent the yellow in my skin. No, I don't like the white light. So that's what you're seeing. Nothing but controls being used to make you believe their light is different than yours. The fact is, you will not know what your light is, the gravity of your light, your power, your purpose, until you allow yourself to juxtapose the light right beside the darkness. And at that point, when you are even at your dimmest, that is enough. That is more than enough light to find your path back to yourself. So stop focusing on what people are telling you to focus on. Focus on what you really need to focus on. What do I really need to focus on? What hurts? Before you start asking me why it hurts, what is it that hurts? What hurts? What is hurting you? Someone disappointed me. Did they disappoint you, or did you disappoint yourself because of your expectation not matching the reality of who they are. So what hurt you? Was it someone else or was it yourself? And this is not about blame. This is about accountability. Because when you hold yourself accountable for the decisions you make or lack thereof, you then begin to understand just how powerful you actually are. Blaming someone has never empowered anyone else. It's just been an avoidance of your truth, your co-creation of whatever circumstance you don't want to take accountability for. Okay? So be at peace. Be at peace or be like a ratchet ass dove. You know what a ratchet dove is? A pigeon. You know what pigeons do? They shit on everything you love. Are you a pigeon or are you a dove? You pick. Whatever it is, be at peace with it. Because there's no right and there's no wrong. If pigeons were wrong type of animals, they would not exist. But pigeons shit on everything I love. Why the fuck you keep putting everything you love where pigeons fly over? Accountability. If I don't want something to shit on something I love, I don't leave it outside. My children are now mad at my chihuahua because she's eating their toys. Little Lego pieces, I don't know what else. We're mad at her. Well, why are you mad at her when your stuff should have been put away? Well, because she ate her. Well, she can't get your stuff if it's put away. She don't got thumbs. She can't open, locked cupboards and stuff. Accountability. Ace of Summer. Open your heart to love, the beginning of a new intimate relationship or the rebirth of a current one, the awakening of psychic abilities or spiritual epiphanies. What if the epiphany is that you haven't loved yourself enough? 444, 100% at 444, 17, 13, 119. What if it's that? What if it's that? That's who you need to ripen a deep relationship with. What if it's that? What if it's not someone or something outside of yourself? Michael choked me. Bastard. What I was going to say when he interfered, what if what if you are your own twin? For those who are still subscribing to that. What if it's time for you to recognize you have a masculine and a feminine aspect contained within yourself, organically existing, authentic parts of you? And because of societal programs that teach you to identify as one thing over another, what if that's what got you fucked up? That's what had me fucked up for much of my life. Hell, I thought I was transgender for a very long time because I have very masculine energy. I have a very masculine, confrontational, in your face. I don't give a shit if I'm only up to your kneecaps. I will still fuck your ass up if you disrespect me type of energy. But I look so feminine and small. And I was like, well, maybe I'm supposed to be a man. What the fuck's that about? No, maybe I'm here to experience a feminine incarnation while still honoring the fact that my soul is primarily masculine. And what if that's okay? What if this identity crisis has nothing to do with our sexuality? Why do human beings always got to make things about sex? Seriously. If I'm joking around with you, it doesn't mean I want to have sex with you. Because I guarantee you, when I want to boom boom with my husband, we're not joking. We're not joking. It's a very serious moment. So think on that a little bit. Think on that. You've been allowing other things to define your concepts of yourself to the point where you are fractionating yourself and rejecting aspects of your truth because you're shamed, because you're guilted, because you're made to feel like you're the black sheep. Okay. Whatever. Renewal. It's time to renew your sense of self. It's really time to renew how you see yourself functioning in this world, what your purpose is, how you're going to better honor that purpose. Because if not, it's just going to keep hurting. And he's very serious. Give me 10 minutes. This reading's going to take more than 10 minutes. I'm just saying. Just wait for me on the bed. I'm joking. I'm joking. Don't be expecting nothing from me. My tooth. I can't even joke around with you. Card number 32. Wisdom Lake Queen. Celebrate the creative feminine energy and the vitality of life. Whew. Whew. Okay, so we exist in a patriarchal society, a patriarchal matrix of control, subversion, domination, all of these things. It's patriarchal. Am I saying men are bad, men are evil, men are the root of all problems? Not really. Not really. Not really. What I'm saying is we exist in a place where it's been this whole thing has been created to vilify the feminine. You have the masculine and the feminine contained within you. Again, I'm not talking about sexuality. I'm not talking about gonads. Okay. I'm not talking about that stuff. I'm talking about the truth of your spiritual energy. You have both the masculine and the feminine contained within you. Men, biological men who identify or have more feminine types of attributes, all of a sudden, oh my God, you're gay. What was wrong? Gay means happy, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Until suddenly that meaning became something else associated with sexual orientation, which is now some sort of what? Perversion? According to who? Anything that does not further the work of light, even using dark means, is not allowed to exist. Everything here, from the nastiest shit that people are talking about regarding the elite to the most minuscule detail of your life, everything is existing right now for a purpose. Well, I mean, how could you say that? The P3D0 rings exist for a reason. Well, maybe that's the very trigger that's going to cause all of us to stop with this whole concept of that's their problem. It's over there. Maybe that's it. Maybe this is a great attempt at reunification, using the dark players to further the end work of the light. So, this is about beginnings. We are walking through a fucking emotional tundra. No joke. We are now existing in an emotional, spiritual tundra. And frankly, my tropical ass is so fucking sick and tired of this shit. I'm sick and tired of people not caring about each other. I'm sick and tired of people expecting others to put their needs, their fears, it's not even needs, their fears above their own needs. Stop. We all have to just pause. I am no more right than you. I am no more important than you. My needs are no more valid than yours. What we need to realize, my needs are my priority. Your needs are your priority. And we have to respect each other. We have to treat each other with respect. We have to allow each other to live with dignity. And I think that's a lot of the problem right now. We have all lost our dignity. All of us. All of us. And if you're stateside, I'm going to say this. It's offensive, but I'm going to say it because it needs to be said. If you are willing to allow others to suffer in the name of compliance because you're going to get another round of, I don't fucking know what they call it, those checks. Fuck you. Legit. With no lube. Because that's not free money. That's not stimulus money. That's taken out of the money I contribute to this country. Every time I buy something, every time I buy pay a tax, every time I file my taxes, every time I'm taxed for just fucking existing, fuck you. You don't get to tell me what to do. Bottom line. That's it. I'm done with that. Continuing with the reading. Card number 3, detox. Cleanse and restore yourself. Thank you for laughing, markers. That's what helped trigger me to get out of there. I got okay. Card number 3, detox, cleanse, and restore yourself. You have to let some of that out for real. You have to let that out. You have to be able to have the courage to express yourself with no fear. Now, there's going to be a handful of people who's going to be real upset that I said that. Fuck you too. That's my reality right now. Tomorrow I might be like, "Oh my god, that was so mean of me. I probably shouldn't have said that. I'm so sorry, guys." Right now that's my truth. I'm owning it. I'm sticking to it, and I'm not apologizing for it. Nope. That's my truth. Card number 1, after the storm. There is a storm brewing. This is a manufactured storm. You can't manufacture storms, I beg to differ. Harp, derpa derpa, harp. For real, harp. Okay, this is a manufactured storm. If they can control weather like that, which if you don't know that they can control weather like that, you probably should be watching other videos right now to inform yourself about the crazy shit I talk about. So, not only can they control weather like that, they can control your thought process like that. There's a lot of social engineering going on right now. That's what you're seeing unfolding on social media. Social engineering. Are you going to fall for that? Because really, I mean, yeah, I'm done. I'm really sick and tired of the way the world is functioning right now. I have never in my entire 40 something years ever experienced this level of what the fuck? Magnetism. We are attracting to us the very things, circumstance, experience, connections, faltering of connections. We are attracting to us what we need to learn some really hard lessons. What hurts? Your expectation. When your expectation is not aligned with your truth, that hurts a lot. A lot. So, card number 37, lion spirit. Be generous of spirit. Be generous with allowing people to see the progress you are making in your spiritual unfoldment. Be generous with that. Stop hiding away the things that you are experiencing and feeling and realizing because I don't want to offend anyone. I mean, I just told, I think, like 2 or 3 groups within a matter of 10 minutes. Fuck you. That's my truth in that moment. My truth has shifted. I kind of feel sorry now, but not enough to actually apologize. 6 of autumn. The good you does come back to you. Oh, what? The good you does come back to you. Ah! An unexpected inflow of money, borrowing wisely, or repaying a debt. Things are being balanced. Things are being balanced. I got to read to you guys. I posted it here, but I got to read it because it ties into this. It ties into this. And I know most people probably didn't read what was written. Guess what? Because there's Arabic text above it. Oh, heaven forbid. Mhm. I'm just saying. So, I identify as energy born of lunar light, the darkness of yin hidden within the soft folds of the feminine. It's an interesting way to exist, the juxtaposition of such polarities. Most would view femininity as something fragile and surrounded by light, as though she would cease to exist enshrouded by shadow. I find that sentiment to be a lie based solely on the fact of my being. The true power of the feminine is hidden away. It seems to be something she discovers only through periods of pain. The womb often represents her, a space of mystery, darkness, and creation. In that space, new versions of her grow only to be brought into this world of being after she endures the pain of her own birth. Right now, we are birthing ourselves. We are birthing a new world. This concept of, oh, we're going to enter into the 5D and it's going to. Where do you think 5D is? Some other place? In order to enter into that 5D existence, we have to witness enough trauma to induce frequency accretion at an accelerated rate. We are a partially awakened species. We about to get shook the fuck up. That's the fastest way to wake someone up, right? Shake them. So when things start shaking, just know I told you so. Told you so. Card number 12, lion-headed Simamuka. Simatamuka. Old age brings wisdom and fierce certainty. Fuck yes. Oh my God. Oh, that's why society is structured the way it is. Like, you should feel badly and compete with people half your age. I'm sorry, boo boo. I wasn't as fly as I am now. I'm just saying. I was a cute little thing when I was younger. Absolutely. Not having a clue where the fuck I'm supposed to be within myself. Not now. I'm not a cute little thing. Not now. Now I have entered into a ripened state of knowing I am an empress in the flesh, and you will either sit by me or bow as I force you to give me the respect and the dignity worthy of an empress. I don't need to be cute. I'm empowered. That makes me very difficult to control. That makes me very, very difficult to manipulate. And that is a beautiful thing. That is the truth released from bondage. So now you have to allow yourself to grow. You have to allow yourself to ripen in your knowing, in your understanding, in your willingness to understand yourself, your process. I am not a perfect person. I'm not trying to be. The only thing I want out of this life is to be as real and raw as I am fully present in every single experience I have. I'm not fucking around no more. I don't need to be cute. I don't need to be easily handled. Not everyone should be able to handle you. And if most of the people in your life can, you're doing something wrong. Have gratitude. Card number 23, have gratitude. Have gratitude for the hands that are extended out to help you get back up. And fuck the people who just sit around and watch you fall, who have nothing to offer except words of, I can't believe you failed again. Well, if you did it this way, if you listened to me, if you this, if you that, well, if you really cared, you wouldn't be saying shit except grab my hand, let me help you up. If their behaviors or their words do not contain that offer, don't entertain their bullshit. Bottom line, bottom line, bottom line. Card number 25, phenomenon. Be still and listen to the spirits. The spirits are saying we need to stop being assholes to each other. That's what they're saying. If we need to struggle to the point of self-destruction, that's definitely allowed. It's in that destruction that old thought forms, all the old belief structures will be deconstructed. If we need it to happen that way, that's absolutely okay with creation. It doesn't matter how many meditations you do. It doesn't matter how many I don't know how many years you've been vegan, how many years you've been, and I'm not attacking vegan people. I'm listing all the stereotypical things that people wholeheartedly believe makes them a good person. I know quite a few vegans who are assholes. Never to me because they know I'll claw their fucking ass. But to other people, I witness that often. Not all vegans are assholes, but I know quite a few personally that absolutely are. I'm like, girl, you might need to eat some meat because the level of assholery is reaching high levels. The fuck did you just say to that person? Yeah, I'm just like, luckily I'm a real person and I eat what is right for me. And so I'm not experiencing moments of hangry. Card number 29. Seeing the true you. You don't need other people to see the true you. You don't. Because they're never going to see that. They're not. You always end up editing yourself, censoring yourself in a way that makes you more appropriate for the audience that you have. That's not the real you. That's not the real you. You know that. I know that. You know that. If you want to play by the rules, you can. But that's going to make your journey much longer and much harder. It's also going to hurt a lot more. Why does it hurt, Emmie? Because we need to be appropriate. Because we have to play by the rules. We have to do the things that other people tell us make us spiritual. There's no tea to spill, but there's also lack of growth. If you live your authentic truth, it's already showcased. I mean, there's not much more shit people can talk about me because I'm already showcasing it. Yeah, whatever. You think I care? I do, but not enough to make you a priority. Ooh, boom. Do you think I care? I do, but not enough to make you my priority. Because why? Rewind the tape. I am my priority. It doesn't make me selfish. It doesn't make me rude. It doesn't make me non spiritual. It doesn't make me unevolved or any of that. I am my responsibility. Just me. You have to allow your consciousness to stretch. Without that stretch in consciousness, you will not enter that next level of being. Because that next level of being is not a huge entry point. It's a very small, locked as fuck door. You're not opening the door. Unless you can allow yourself to stretch and take on different shapes, different forms of being, you'll always fail to realize you are the lock, you are the key, and all you're doing is shifting within yourself. Boom. Someone write that down, email it to me. Okay, Ace of Winter, don't be deterred by challenges along the way. It's important to communicate clearly and accurately. Amazing new ideas that should be implemented. What if the new idea is simply accepting yourself as you are? Instead of, oh, if I do this, then I'll be. No. No. One of my favorite gifts is of Hillary Clinton. No. Trifling asshole. Okay, card number 62, turtle spirit, slow and steady wins the race. You're not racing anyone else. You're not trying to reach milestones because someone you know has reached that milestone. For all you know, you're on a completely different path in a different region with a different mission at hand. So as long as you continue existing to compete, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Just saying. Salty Susie is emerging. Sprinkle me. Yeah. I'm salty. I am. I'm not a freshwater Pisces. Freshwater doesn't go as deep as the ocean. Let that shit sink in. Oh, she's salty. Yeah, that's because I'm deep water. Here we go. Oh my gosh. So there will be those who don't listen to the sage words of Mama Me. Card number 18, forbidden. Look at that doorway. It's closed. I don't know about you, but this doorway looks like an entry point to unsavory things, unsavory experiences. If you are going to continue to try and force yourself to travel a path that someone else has told you is the spiritual path, it's going to lead you to this door. And your ego is going to lead you to open that door. What happens after the door is open? I don't know, because I'm not going to be there with you. I am not here to be a martyr. I got my own path. I'm not going to be there with you opening that fucking door. That door does not look good to me. I'm not going to open shit that doesn't look good to me. I'm sorry that I'm not sorry. And that's the thing. We're over here. Well, it looks spiritual. Maybe it's Marrakesh. Maybe it's the Akashic. Or maybe there's demons behind that shit, because that looks like two little baby demons right there waiting for their mom to come out the door. Okay? I'm good off that. Good off that. Y'all can play with them by yourselves. I have enough friends. Fuck that shit. Okay, deceit. Card number 38. Deceit. You're being deceived to covet the forbidden. I look very intense right now. You're being deceived. That's up to you what you want to do with that. I'm not going to be here like, you must. No, do what you going to do, player. Play on, player. I'm going to be over there in the safe zone. Book a session. Oh my God, that was an asshole thing to say. Hi, I'm Capricorn. Okay. Strength. That's some shit right there. What happened to this tree? Strength. Be like that mustard seed, feeling all small and insignificant, only to grow to such a huge expression of truth. Your strength is going to come from this. You can either just take what I say at face value, and when it comes before you, remember what I said, and then it makes sense, and then you avoid it, or experience it. Hey, I'm not even going to shit on you if you need to experience this yourself, because that's how I learned the best, by experiencing it myself. That pain, that suffering, that elevated pain, that struggle, that helps me learn that lesson real deep. Emmie, how are you so enlightened? Because I always have to do shit the hard way. It's true. I always have to do it the hard way. And when I do it the hard way, yes, it sucks more, but I also learn much more deeply. Y'all are giving me cramps. I was talking to Michael first. Michael's giving me cramps. I don't like his conversation right now. No, I'm pulling other cards. So let's just pull one last card, because I'm over Michael. Ooh, yeah, play on, playa. I'm not in it. I'm not even player. I'm not even a player. I don't want to be a player no more. You know that song? Look it up. It's a good one. It's a good one. It played often as I drove to San Francisco to go to my favorite club. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Oh, well, shit. Looks like you're about to get bitch slapped. Let's read the book. Look at that. Your divine feminine, sacred feminine, whatever the fuck. Sacred divine feminine is about to slap some sense into you because you're still acting like a child. I don't know who this message is for, but you're still acting like a child. And here she comes like a mama. Yes, she even sprinkled some freaking baby powder. She's cocking that hand way back. You about to get smacked. Smacked. Ah, okay, card number 43. 43. 43. You're the whisper. Okay. I can never leave you, not even for a moment, not for an hour. You are in everything I do. You are my everything. My drink is your sweetness. I move to your command. I am a surrendered prey in your hands, and you are my consuming lion. Your soul and my soul are truly one soul. I swear to our one soul, I long for no one but you. In the garden of your grace, I am only a germinating sprout. The crown of my blooming is a desire to be in your arms. My hand watches over you. It brings you blessings and comfort, protection and grace. Radiant with divinity, I am. And you are my child, my beloved, my angel, and my body too. I shall never leave you. Turn your inner eye to me and see the light of my grace in your heart. You cannot be harmed. You cannot be defiled. You can only ever be what you are, me, alive, radiant with love. You are giving birth to more spirit than you have ever held before. During such times, a divine midwife can be helpful and supportive. This is Fatima, radiant daughter of the great beloved, who reaches from the skies, who reaches up from within your body, from deep within the earth, and brings you the gift of protection, grace, and love. You are safe, you are held, and you are bound within her warmth. She has received your prayers and she honors your devotion to life, to love, and to growth. She will help you. Ask for her blessing daily. You can use a sacred ritual to do so if you need guidance on how to pray to her, but any words from your heart spoken in authenticity will suffice, no matter how simple or ornate they may be. She responds to the feeling behind the words and she responds instantly, beyond time and space. In fact, she has responded even now, perhaps before you even knew she was needed. This oracle brings you the guidance that what is being born in your life right now, in your own consciousness as a seed, perhaps of a new way of being, a new idea, belief system, philosophy, or sense of self, is going to come to maturity under the loving protection of the Divine Mother. You're also being asked to heed your intuition and instincts. Have some discernment about who you involve yourself with and how you choose to use your time and energy. Allow yourself to feel her guidance and comfort in you by giving yourself permission to be nurtured through your own choices and the people or situations you say yes or no to in your real life. There's no way to honor her presence and allow her to help you. Oh, there is a way to honor her presence and allow her to help you, which she wishes to do in all ways possible. Love is all things you see, and that means saying no can mean saying yes to something greater. So give yourself permission to say your no and yes as dictated by your heart. Ooh. This oracle also brings you the message that your body is sacred and worth your attention. You do not have to become obsessed. You do not have to push or judge your body, but you can honor him or her as a sacred animal through which your spirit creates soul and expresses itself in the world. This is a truly wonderful and amazing gift, extraordinary and yet fraught with challenge. The spirit can be powerful. Sometimes it can be hesitant too, enough to really engage with the body and come to life. All right. So stop hanging around people who keep bringing you to places of toxicity that you have outgrown and moved out from. If you no longer live there, you should stop occupying that space. When you move from a house, from an apartment, when you move, do you still go back there, have lunch? Do you go back there, have conversations? Do you still store your things there? Once you leave, you're gone. That is no longer your home. You are gone. So it's time to leave these places of toxicity, whether they're within your mind, within your heart, within your consciousness, within your connections, within your circumstance, within whatever it is. Until you're done, you won't leave. But once you leave, make it permanent. When the relationship ends, it's done. There's no going back. There's no trying to make it the way it was before. The moment that relationship ended, that version of the relationship ended. It's no longer alive. It died. Bury it. Have a little funeral. Do a little, you're not supposed to dance at funerals. Whatever it is you do at funerals, let it go. Whether that relationship was a romantic one or a friendship, it really doesn't matter. Once it's done, it is done. And that's it. That's just that. So when your relationship, your friendship, romance is with toxic versions of yourself, that's when it becomes tricky. But I don't want to abandon myself. Is that you? Or is that simply a toxic version of you? One you've outgrown, one you no longer need? Because if it's simply a toxic version, meaning an older expression of you before you grew and became something else, then what happens? Do you continue holding on to that? And I found that for most people, the healing, the struggle in the healing comes from the fear of leaving that aspect of themselves behind. But are you leaving it behind? Do you bring a corpse with you? Do you carry a lifeless body with you? Someone you love has passed on. Do you carry their body with you? You don't. You have to allow that to decompose. You have to allow it to rest in peace. So stop drudging up all of these versions of yourself that have already died years ago. And maybe the reason you're haunted by your history is because you refuse to move out of a house that's full of skeletons in all of the closets. You move, there's no skeletons in those closets. It's a new house. You haven't had time to bury anything in there. I'm just saying, it sounds morbid. The more I think about it, it sounds inappropriate. But it's the truth. It's the truth. I promise you, with every year of your life, your definition of home will grow right along with you. Most home buyers will end up with a different home by the time they have retired. That tells you something. There's a reason it's called a starter home. Everything that's happened in your life till now is contained within that starter home. Level up. Purchase a mini mansion for yourself. Something. But it's time to move. And it's going to be a house that's so beautifully decorated already that you don't need to bring all your old tchotchkes with you. Only the things that really matter. Only the things that you still need close. And I promise you, you don't need all those corpses. You really, really don't. Allow yourself to live with a lot of space, a lot of opportunity to just lay on whatever furniture is in your home and just sigh, I love my life. I love my house. It doesn't even have to be a mini mansion. It doesn't. I'd be happy in like a small cabin in the woods. I would. So You guys, please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on the notification bell. Make sure the bell selects all so you can get all the notifications. And then join me the next time. Thank you so much for sharing this space with me. I'm also on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm a little antisocial. So, be ready for me to not be present. Bye, guys.